Hello everyone, today we'll be doing a CMake and Vcpkg tutorial to install and use C++ libraries. Now, if you're on Windows, you'll need Visual Studio 2022 or another C++ compiler like MSys, MinGW, something like that. GCC, Clang on Windows. But I'll be using Visual Studio 2022 for the compiler. That doesn't mean that if you're on another operating system that you can't make use of the tutorial, because I'll also be using Visual Studio Code. Now, so yeah, you could also install this. I'll be doing a tutorial with Visual Studio Code as well. Next, you want to install CMake. You want to make sure you're using CMake 3.22 and up, because only these versions support Visual Studio 2022. If you try using Visual Studio 2022 with an older version of CMake, it won't work. Next up is a bit more harder to install. It's Vcpkg. It's not as easy as downloading something and running it. You actually have to clone something. You can either clone it or you could just download it into GitHub Desktop or download the zip. I've already used GitHub Desktop and downloaded it here. And from here, you want to open a terminal. And I've opened a terminal over here. And what you want to do is Vcpkg won't be available yet. You want to actually run the bootstrap. You can see it's called bootstrap vcpkg.bat. So what do we have? Bootstrap vcpkg.bat. And then we want to disable the metrics. We disable the metrics and we've installed Vcpkg, but we want to actually integrate the installation so that we can use it in Visual Studio or MS Build. This is also helpful if we want to use Vcpkg with VS Code. So keep this path in, just remember how you can get the path. You can run this command anytime you want, it'll return a path for you to use as a toolchain path. Next up, to actually use Vcpkg system-wide, we have to add this folder to our path. We can do that here. We can add it. I've already added it somewhere here. I don't know if you can spot it. It's right here. And next we want to create a new environment variable called Vcpkg default triplet. It is x64-Windows. Why? Because that is the architecture and operating system I'm running. And if I didn't set this, Vcpkg would install libraries and build them for 32-bit Windows. That is a huge problem because 64-bit should be the default right now, and it is the default on Visual Studio 2022. Not to mention 32-bit should not be used anymore, because it's old technology. After we've done that, you want to make sure you can, in a new terminal, you want to make sure you can spot it. Since I've already added Vcpkg, we can actually spot it. It's detectable, but if you just added it to path, you need to open a new terminal. Now, since we have installed Vcpkg, we can do an example of installing a library. We can do Vcpkg install CPR. CPR is the library I'm going to be using as my example on how to actually make an HTTP request. Now, you'll see that when you install stuff, it gives some information out. That's why you don't want to install in a terminal and not have a project open. So let's actually open up or create a new project. What I'll be doing is I'll be doing a project in Visual Studio 2022. I'll be creating a new project in Visual Studio Code. And then lastly, I'll be opening up the Visual Studio project in VS Code. So that's 3 things we'll be doing. You can see I've done it. I've done this step multiple times. So you want to create a new project, select CMake project, and click create. The first thing you want to do when you get here is configure CMake. Let us see what is going on. But here we go. You want to manage the configurations. How so? You want to actually set the CMake toolchain file to vcpkg.cmake. This is so that you can actually use libraries. The next thing you want to do is create a new file called vcpkg. You want to create a new file called vcpkg rf.txt. RF stands for response file, because if you look at the documentation really quickly, I will pull it up. You can see that it takes something in. And why do we do this? Because we can just, if we need to go back to this project and we need to see what libraries we used, we have this file called vcpkg rf.txt, and we can just open a terminal and we just have to do vcpkg rf.txt, and I will experiment really quickly on if that works, and it does. And we can see that it installs the library for us. Now, since we've already installed it, it's not going to build it again. I didn't mention it, but if this is your first time installing it, it will take about 2 minutes to build. So do keep that in mind so that you might have to pause the video actually. And we're given this output to put into our CMake list, so we do that. Or so I thought. Copy that. Can I copy that or not? Control-Shift-C maybe? Oh, here we go. We can't use our keyboard, but we can just do copy. And there we go. Now, you can't use main. You actually have to use the project name. And that should be it. Now, if we go back to our documentation for CPR, we can see that we have to do include. Let's include. And we don't want to use using namespace std. We don't want to do that because the std, the standard library, is huge, and we don't want to make a mistake. We can do CPR response like that. End to end, we'll do r.txt. Now let's run this to see if we made a mistake. You'll notice that the build was insanely quick, and that's because we don't need to re-download and rebuild the library for any new projects that use that library. It works, so let's move on to our next tutorial, which is VS Code. Now, this was an old project of me doing it, so let's actually create a new folder before we do this. And we'll do it in the same folder here. Let me close this. We'll do CMake project 5. Open this in VS Code. And it's blank. So what do we have to do in VS Code to set up VS Code for CMake and Vcpkg? Well, first thing you want to do, install C or C++ and install CMake tools. After you've installed CMake tools, you'll probably have to edit some settings because you can't just use Vcpkg directly. And you'll notice that there's nothing called toolchain. Why is this? I have no idea, but you have to open up the settings.json, and you'll see over here, it's called CMake configure settings, and set CMake toolchain file to this path, which was from the integrate install. It's the same path. After you've done that, things should work a bit better. All we have to do is create CMake quick start, and we'll do this. If Visual Studio 2022 has been installed and you can't see it, you just click scan for kits. You might need to restart your computer. I don't know why 2019 is still here, but we'll go with AMD 64 because that's what I'm using, or that's what I want. We'll do CMake project. We'll do example HTTP or something like that. We'll say we're running an executable. And now we're here. Like before, we want to create a file called Vcpkg rf.txt. And we're going to do install CPR. In our terminal, we'll do vcpkg rf, and then we'll do at and do that. Of course, it works. I want to go back to output, and actually, we want to copy this over again. We do this, and VS Code is a bit better at handling tabs, that tab space. After we've done this, some things should happen, and you'll say, oh, we're good to go. No, we're not good to go yet. Let's go to main.cpp really quickly, and we'll edit the code over here so that we can run the example, because you'll see some issues with the VS Code right now, if I can get them to occur. You'll see that the include path, the inclusion is not possible. So let's actually build this really quickly and see what happens. But another thing to actually do just for helping yourself is to create a run target. So if you create a new run target, it'll make your life easier when you want to build and run. We can do CMake set build target to run. Or let me see, CMake cache or whatever. And it should pop up anytime now, any moment. There we go. We do this, CMake build. And we should be good. This will not go away easily, so let's actually try to remove that. If we go here, this might not work, but the include path needs to be where the, the same thing where CPR is installed, which is this path over here. So let's plug that in. You didn't see what I did. I went to installed x64 Windows, then I said include, and this is the include path. Now, will this work? Maybe, maybe not. It seems to have worked. Anyways, that works. If you don't believe me, let me show you again that it works. Build. You'll see that. Okay, I didn't. Oh, yeah. It works, but you want to see the same text as before. So let's do that. And again, as before, since the library is already built once, we don't need to build it over and over again. And that's going to save us a lot of time when we have multiple projects using the same library. That works, but we'll do one more project now. And that project is, can we open the Visual Studio project and use it in Visual Studio Code? Let's find out. The first thing that'll happen is a kit will be, you'll have to select a kit. Just for jokes, we will do x86 AMD 64. because I have no clue what that is. And you see this CMake tools would like to configure IntelliSense for this folder. This is what I was looking for before, but you want this to be always true. So let's go, I just want to see something really quickly. But you want to click allow. And what that will do is that when you look at the CMake project.cpp, you'll notice that there's no issues here. And you'll probably say, oh, but we already changed that issue. And let me see if we did. But as you can see, the default the include path probably changed. There's this thing called default configuration provider. So this is probably something you want to change in your default settings. But anyways, let's build the project. And like before, it'll just build. There's no build and run. Build and run. There's no build and run. So the only thing we'd have to change actually is add that run script. We do this, we save it multiple times, and we just do CMake build target, click run, and bam, we did it. But anyways, that is a tutorial on how to use CMake, Vcpkg with Visual Studio or Visual Studio Code, and yeah.